Are you ready?
Alright, greetings to our listeners. This is Abdul Hari. My name is Muhammad Ahmad and my member two is Habib Farhan, Imran Hakim, and Shafril. So, in this video, we will present about the machinery protection. So, many accidents happen while handling the machinery. So, amputations, crossed fingers or hand burn, blind, possible industrial hazards caused by the moving machine parts. So as a result, a few regulations has been made by the OSHA, Occupational Safety and Health Administration, in order to control and minimize the hazard of machinery to the workers. So next, all right. So we have a few machinery protections. So the first one I will explain is emergency stop button. So I will tell about functions of emergency stop button and how emergency stop button works. So as a safety measure, uh, emergency stop button are a critical part of potentially dangerous machines that contain electrical circuits. The button typically works by the cutting of a power to the circuit that provides electricity to a machine. So the button is wired into the machine's main and normal circuit. Once it is pressed, it will break and open the circuit, which is turn cut off the electrical supply and um, shut down the machine. So the electrical power supply in interrupted and causes the machines to halt its functions immediately. A standard stop button should not be confused with an emergency one. Stop buttons are usually located next to the start button and they are general of comparable size to the start button. An emergency button is usually much larger and more obvious, and it is often red color. It can be made of the metal or a plastic and can also come in a different form to suit a particular machine. For example, they can vary in possible and release style. Some can require key, push, pull, or twice release, depending on the size of the machine. So multiply emergency stop button could be found on a single machine. So operator should be aware that using an emergency stop button can result in a complete shutdown of the machine. So shutdown an uh, operator decides uh, to restart the machine's functions. He or she might have the receipt to machines and the stop button manual. After this occur, the electrical CT circuit that power the machines can be closed and restore the full operation. So that's all about the emergency stop button. And I will leave to the next presenter, Imran Hakim, to continue.
Right, thank you, Nakib. So I'll be continuing about the another machinery application, which is the self-adjusting guard. So in this particular application, I selected the first grade machine, which is one of the machine that uses the grinding wheel as a cutting tools to remove material from the workplace surfaces. It is also the surface grinding machine has lowered head that moves back and forth under the grinding wheels on the table that typically has a control from the magnet. The most common surface grinder has grinding wheels that rotates on a horizontal axis and cuts around the grinding wheels compressions. And then moving on to the function, which is the grinding process is carried out by having removed work material using rotating wheels on the surface grinding machine. It is also responsible for producing a smooth finish on the surface for every rectangular or square shape plate. And about the how self-adjusting guard works is that the self-adjusting guard serve the same function as the adjustable guards, but they modify to the size of the material automatically. These guards sits all the way down when the machine is at rest. However, when it is in use, the user feeds all the materials into the machines, which opens the guard just enough to let the materials in. As a result, it is well suited for the surface brewing machine because it is one of the brewing machine that meets the criteria for the specific guard purpose. And then moving on to the gate machinery equipment. It is a movable barrier that protects the operator at the point of operation prior to the start machine cycle. Gates are frequently designed to be activated on each side of operation. So the function of gate, so I have discovered there's two types of gate available. So the first one is the gate A, which is it is to protect the operator during the entire machine cycle, which means the gate will be not open until the machine cycle is completed and stopped. And the gates A are the only gates that should be used in full revolution clutch presses. The second type of gate is gate B, which is it is used to protect the operator during the downstream only. The gate can open after the hazardous portion of cycle has passed. Both type A and type B gate can be used on the part revolutionary clutch machine, ordinary presses, and cyclic machine where materials are being manually fed. So how does the gate works? The gate must be fused so that the machine does not start a cycle unless the gate guard is present. Before the machine can function, it must be closed position. The press will not function if the gate is not allowed to descend to its fully closed position. Another possible application for this type of guard is at part of the boundary safeguard system. In this case, the gate may protect the operator, but also the pedestrian traffic. So there is also the benefits when it comes to gate in machinery equipment, which is can prevent reaching into the danger area or walking into the danger area. However, it may as well require frequent inspection as well as regular maintenance to keep up the condition of these gates, and it may as well somewhat interfere with the operator ability to see during the working process. So that is it from my part. I will leave to Muhammad Shafin to continue the presentation.
Alright, thank you to Imran. Okay, now I will talk about the restraint. Okay, the function of the restraint is may stop the machine if a hand or any other part of the body is accidentally placed in the danger area. Restrain or withdraw the operator hand from the danger area during operation. Require the operator to use a box hand on a machine control, keeping both hand and body out of the hump away, or provide a barrier time to the machine operating circle to prevent entry to the danger area during the hazardous part of the cycle. Okay, that is it for the function. And then how the how how the restraint work? Is a restraint work to technique restrict a person movement by a physically. Then for falling into a dangerous posture, it consists of a layer that connect harness of ensuring or horizon lifeline. It must be a design such the user does not come close to the temptation dangerous stage. The first hold out is used to the not concentrate the work in the same way as a movement and are suitable for full and present revolution mechanism power free. And then a safety control system. When used conjunction with other risk reduction measure, a safety control system or device is considered to be a safety relief. If it performs function, the significantly reduce to the risk of a hazard, or if it's required to perform a function in order to maintain or achieve the state for the equipment under control. And then the how safety control works is uh, admin, admin, administrative administer, instruct, direct, and regulate the behavior of the other device system. So the control loop, it may be as simple as a single home heating controller, which a thermostat, to compare the industrial control system that govern process or gear. A feedback controller is a device that use continuous modulate control to automatically automatic regulate a process or operator. The control system compare the value or status to controller process variable to the deserved value or set point and isolation. The difference as a control signal to bring the plan process variable output to the desired value. That's it for my part. Now I will pass to next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Muhammad Shafrin. Now I will continue the presentation with the last part, which is the last machine that I choose is drilling machine. So as you can see the point on my slide, which is the function, I'm just going to tell the function more detail. A drilling machine, or we can call the other name like a drill press, is an integral asset that transform and progresses rotational boring tools, which is uh, maybe it makes some new tools, more progressive tool into a workpiece to cut various material, even a hard material like a metal. So the plastic wood is the really maybe like a really good material to be cut using this drilling machine. So on the how drilling machine work, the 2 point that I put on my slide, which is about the guard that should be used when handling this drilling machine. So as you can see the first slide, I'm just gonna tell more detail, which is interlocking guard. Okay, interlocking guard is used for a drilling machine. It will clamp either the chuck or spindle. Chuck or spindle is a part of a machine that is a part of the interlocking guard to facilitate the replacement of guard spare parts and also claim on the non-moving part on the drill machine, so it not create a new hazard. The second point is about interlocking guard also, which is about the shield. Shield also is important part on the interlocking guard, which is after installing all the necessary guard in the interlocking guard, the important part, which is shield part, play a large role in preventing any debris being thrown from the machine to the operator. So the shield is really important part. Also, it can be used to open and off when you using a drill machine, or you want to make some adjustment. You can off the machine, then you open a shield to make some adjustment, then you put it back, then make it work again. Make it the drill machine work again. So the last but not least is about the conclusion. So in conclusion, machinery protection is one of the important factors when workers operate machinery in the workplace, whether large or small. Each of these machines has a different hazard, but the effect of ignoring it is very dangerous because it can be the workers suffer a split wound, puncture material, causing severe injuries, amputation of any part of the body such as finger or worse can be fatal. Therefore, each of the guard or a machine device proposed has a role to help prevent interaction between workers and machine, ones can help reduce the risk of the injury or accident while operating the machine. So that's all from us, and thank you.